And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Just a quick one here to announce that my MAME machine, who I call Vaal, is alive and well and currently running Defender. This machine is a converted old Tron arcade cabinet. You can tell by the overall shape there. I've modified it. I've put X-Arcade stick on there. I've even got some beer holders that I installed and put a PC in him 20 years ago. And he has been working great for the longest time, except when I thought to myself, hey, it's been 20 years, I should do a little tribute to Vaal and play him and fire him up. Unfortunately, his monitor packed it in, and I was kind of like, are you kidding me? All these years, and you finally decide the monitor's going to be toast? Great. And the problem with the monitor being the issue is inside here, I basically stripped away all the original Tron guts and, well, it wasn't even a Tron, it was an Assault machine that wasn't even working. I took all the bits out and the old arcade monitor and I stuck in a computer PC 17-incher, which it was toast. And I had to yank that out of here and decide, well, what am I going to do now? Do I try and find a replacement CRT monitor and stuff? That's a pain. But I asked a couple of my friends, I'm like, what do I do at this stage? And one of them said, hey, you know what? I always think of your place. When I think of your place and having parties, I always think of Vaal. And Vaal is kind of part of the family. So I just thought, you know what? He is worthy of repairing, picking up, fixing up. So I will do so. And I have. How did I do it? Well, I had this old spare 4x3 LCD monitor sitting inside here. In fact, let's just exit out of Defender. And you will see, yes, here is MAME running, and if I just minimize here, there's the PC inside. It's still running Windows XP. You can just about make out the start button way in the corner. In fact, you'll notice even the clock is way off in the corner. This monitor is slightly too big. Putting in an LCD compared to the original CRT, it's just too large, but I thought, well, it's a lot of money to either ship or repair or look around for a replacement CRT, and I thought, no, I'm not messing with that stuff. I do have a spare LCD 4x3 screens just kicking around. I thought, let's try, and I will show some pictures here. I didn't take any footage of me doing this because I thought it's the hottest day in summertime, and you don't need to see me without my shirt on, so you know what? I'm not going to film it, but here's some pictures of what is inside there now. So basically, this LCD screen is sitting here, kind of wedged in there with the piece of wood that holds the whole thing in there. Pretty secure, not going anywhere, and now I can play MAME again. You would probably wonder, well, why would you if you got that Retroid Pocket machine? You've got alternatives and options. Why even keep an old 20-year-old MAME machine around? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, I will show you in MAME itself. I happen to have a couple of little things that are not really reproducible anywhere. If I fire up, not Donkey Kong Jr., if I fire up Donkey Kong, it's good old standard Donkey Kong. Everything is groovy. And I can even, when the option exists, I can put in a coin. Let's see, here we go here. Can you hear that? I think so. And if I fire up a game, we have good old standard Donkey Kong. It looks a little washed out here. That's because of the angle, but if I go like that, yeah, you can kind of see. That's what it looks like. Of course, now you see the reflection in the camera. But anyway, if I fire up Donkey Kong, there's Mario doing his bits. And I can get him to climb up. I can do all the usual sort of thing. That's a-okay. But let me exit out. Years ago, somebody actually made another version of Donkey Kong. They were saying that they wanted it for their daughter so that it was actually Pauline, up here, who was rescuing Mario. And did anybody know a way to reproduce that or to hack the ROM, basically? Somebody did. Somebody posted it on KLOV, the Killer List of Video Games. And I grabbed that ROM, and now I can swap so that instead of this standard version of Donkey Kong, I can play it with Pauline. Let me just minimize MAME. I've got a little file here that if I run, there we go. and then go back into Donkey Kong Now. Little error that the game may not run properly, but that's okay. Firing it up. Put in a quarter. I don't know if you can make it out. Donkey Kong's got somebody with red shoes. There's Mario up there. And now I'm playing as Pauline. And that's just not something you can easily do otherwise. Like, this is gonna die. Okay, so this is one use of my MAME machine that I just have no alternatives. Sure, I got a Retroid Pocket, and maybe I could mess around with this stuff, but this is just easier to be doing. Also, the other nice thing is, now I'll show you the, how did I do that? Well, in my MAME directory here, I created a folder called swap. Can you make that out? Yeah, you can kind of make that out. And where all my ROMs are and stuff, down at the letter S, I also have a batch file. Can you make that out? There it is. And basically the batch file says, delete the existing Donkey Kong ROM, and then move to the swap folder, a copy, and then rename the one that's been modified, and then swap it around and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, so basically take the Donkey Kong file, put it into swap, and then take the other one, the one that does the hacked ROM, and put that into the MAME folder. That was how I did that, and that's how I can swap. Let me just switch us back so that we're playing proper Mario again. And you can see it's just basically a little batch files. Throw in a corn, start up the game. Donkey Kong is now carrying somebody with pink. And lo and behold, it's Pauline again. And we are Mario again, as you can see. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Anyway, that's one example of stuff that I can do with this machine that I can't do anywhere else. I may start doing a few more MAME videos, because I had done a few ages ago, and then Vaal decided to give me some grief, so I kind of left off from it. Before I go, one last thing that is also possible on this that isn't anywhere else. I've got the program Daphne running, which allows me to play things like, well, any Laserdisc game, like Dragon's Lair. But as I mentioned in my what are my favorite video games of all time, one of my favorites is Cobra Command, the helicopter game, and now I can play that on Vaal. Now I also have it for the PlayStation 1, where it's called Thunder Strike, I think. But I do find the PS1 version just doesn't, there's something about the joysticks, the controller. Maybe if I had a proper fight stick controller for it, I could do it a little bit better. But using this X Arcade controller and the buttons, it feels a little bit more my type of game. So this is the preferred way for me to play one of my all-time favorite video games. Let's just throw it on here. And you can kind of make this out. Yeah, see, you are running a helicopter, and it's all full motion video. Let's see if I can move. And take a left. There we go. I think I'm going to go left, right. Okay. Now it's going to be hard doing this without the control. Shoot you. Shoot you. Anyway, that's that. So yes, that's a good thing that I can now do, and you know, maybe I'll throw a few extra videos that are MAME related or stuff that I can play on Vaal that I can't play anywhere else, because I'm quite enjoying the fact that he is fixed, he is alive, and I predict also my friends who join me for parties will be equally just as happy as well. Okay, that's enough of that. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.